everybody. So today we're going to be talking about the book of Judges and how Deborah rises to lead. The story of Deborah happens in Judges, okay? Deborah the judge under the palm tree. Israel comes to Deborah for wisdom, judgment, and direction. She sits under a palm tree, which is a symbol of righteousness and victory and peace. God speaks through Deborah at Barak. Deborah calls Barak. Has not the Lord commanded? She gives him God's strategy, God's promise, and God's guarantee of victory. But Barak replies, I will not go unless you go with me. And Deborah agrees, but prophesies that the victory honor will go to a woman. The battle at Mount Tabor. Sisera arrives 900 iron chariot, a massive army, 20 years of intimidation. But Deborah declares, this is the day that the Lord has delivered Sisera into your hands. Barak charges down Mount Tabor, and God sends a supernatural storm that floods the battlefield, making Sisera's chariots useless. Israel wins because God fought. Deborah heard God, and Barak obeyed. Jael, the unexpected warrior. So Sisera runs on foot and hides in the tent of Jael. She gives him milk, covers him with a blanket, and then waits until he sleeps. She drives a tent peg through his head, fulfilling Deborah's prophecy. Two women, Deborah and Jael, win a national victory. Deborah praises God and sings, when leaders lead in Israel, when people willingly offer themselves, praise the Lord. This chapter creates God's deliverance, bravery of volunteers, the importance of leadership, the rise of prophetic women, and Israel enjoys 40 years of peace because of how Deborah led. So God can raise anyone at any time. Deborah wasn't a soldier. She wasn't in a palace. She wasn't trained for war. But God, his words in her mouth, his authority on her life, his courage in her spirit, when the anointed comes, your background doesn't matter. Listen for God's voice, that you can lead for God, that you can way of showing God's glory. And also, courage creates courage, okay? So Deborah's bravery stirred Barak. So it's not just that she spoke, it was how brave, how courageous, and how determined she was. So when you rise, your children rise, your marriages rises, your ministry rises, your community rises. A courageous leader multiplies courage in others. And God uses both men and women to bring deliverance. Deborah and Barak were partnered, okay? And Jael finished the mission. The kingdom needs both. God's calling is not gender locked. It is obedience locked, okay? And you can sing your way into victory. Like Judges 5 shows that worship seals victory, restores unity, and brings revival. Your praise is your weapon. Okay, so that being said, you guys, I hope that this gave you a little deeper understanding of Deborah and of what's going on there. That being said, stay blessed, never stress, with much peace, much power, much love, much light, and of course, much joy. See you guys next time.